Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here in YOUCANIC we have a 2019 Chevy Trax, and on the Chevy Trax we're going to go over the process you would take to be able to remove your glass so that you can remove your window regulator in case your window regulator has gone bad, or if you need to replace the glass. So to start with, we have two little covers we need to remove. There's one little cover deal in here, and then there is a cover here. Using a little pick tool or small screwdriver, you just need to be able to pop that little cover off, and then that way we have access to the size 7mm that holds that on. And right up in here is another cover where the door handle goes, so we get that pulled out, and we have access to a 7mm little bolt down here. Right, and then we have the 7mm bolt up here we want to do. Okay, with those two bolts undone, now we should be able to work our way around the bottom perimeter of the door. Okay, so we've worked our way around. We've popped all the push clips that hold the door panel to the door itself. And now, being there's the locking mechanism up here. You can lock it to help you to be able to get it off. And just note, you maybe want to leave a window open in case you close the door, and you're going to want to be able to open that door. And so, now that we've got it there, now we'll be able to pull this out and be able to work the door up, get this molding over the trim there. And so while we're out here, now we can free the handle. I'll undo the electric connectors to the window door switch. This one has a safety lock on it, so you need to pull that back first. To get it to be undone. And then this clip, we're able to pop that clip up over and screw it off, and that's how you would get your inner door panel off. We have taken off the inner door panel. And so with that door panel removed, now we have access to be able to remove this component. Shrine wrap cellophane on here. And so we will remove that. We're going to remove this bracket here, which is just two 7mm bolts. And we'll set that aside. Now, one thing I did do, you have a very big space here. When we get this cover off, there's a very big space where we have access to undo the two bolts that clamp this window in. So the minimum is basically 5.5 inches is what you want it measured up from the weather stripping on the outside to the top of the window, so you can leave your window that high when you take it all apart or take that inner door panel off, and then that way you don't have to finagle the door panel back over and the switches and do anything like that. If you just leave the window at about 5.5 inches up and then you take your inner door panel off, you'll be right in target to be able to undo that without having to do anything. Now we're going to remove this. We're going to try to do our best to remove it as all one piece and without ruining it, so that we can put it back on. Now we have that removed, And now we have our access to our two nuts that are clamping this mirror in, so that or not the mirror, clamping the window in. And so we will get to loosen those and remove. So here's the two nuts on this bracket. This is the bracket that slides up and down the window regulator unit. And so we need to loosen these two nuts, and then we'll be able to pull the glass out. And like I said, you have a fairly big space, but the lower you can have it is best for you to be able to get the glass out when you're ready to do that. And these are a size 10, and we just need to loosen it up a little bit. We don't need to remove them completely because they're sandwiched between the rubber there. There we go. So they're loosened up, and now we'll be able to raise and remove the glass out. I'm removing the glass. You're going to pull up and then be able to drop the front down and get it at an angle, and that way you'll be able to pull and remove the whole glass unit out and be able to set that aside. And so that's how you would remove the glass out of the door for having the ability to do the other work you need to be able to remove this window regulator. So you're going to take your window, raise it up, I'm going to bring it down at an angle, get the front in the track there, get the back in the track, and now if I'm going down a little bit, be able to get it all lined up, and then it's in the front and the back track, and then we depress it down, and now we've got it to the bottom where it's seating in the bottom here, and we can tighten these two bolts here. We just want them tight, and it's between these two little rubber grommets is what's holding it in there. And now, yep, it's tight, it's not coming out, so we're good there. So that's the window installed. And so since now the window is installed, we can go ahead and put this little cover back on, which is just a little plastic like cellophane piece. So we need to run the cable for the door handle back and in. Okay, not bad. Installed there pretty well. Now we'll put the holder here back on. Right, we have the holder here tightened back on. We have the cellophane plastic on, and the window is put back in. And we are going to put the door panel back on. We have done everything we need to inside there, being window regulator, window, door lock actuator, and so now we can proceed and put our interior door panel back on. First we will grab our interior door panel and bring it up to the vehicle, and we'll need to hook up all the electric up here. Press them in until they click, and then we have our cable here for the door lock to open. You just push it into the slot there, and then pull it back, and then you push it this way, then you get the lock on there. Now, this is where you'll need to, we raise it up and make sure that we line the door lock button over it, put some angle on it. Kind of angle it out a little bit to be able to get this to press down into the window trim. And now you can work the way around, lining up pushed in, working our way around it. Have our number 7mm bolt put in down here into the door handle, as well as our 7mm bolt to go up here. And then the little, snap that little cover back in there. And that is how you would put your interior door panel back on after you've done all the work you need to inside. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.